Welcome everybody, Buddy Sculpting. I just wanted to go over what's expected for week 4. We're almost at the halfway point. We are at the halfway point, and by now we're in the rhythm with our workouts, our fitness workouts. Everybody's doing amazing. A lot of you guys are advanced, doing high level stuff, getting great results. A lot of you are diving into these body weight exercises and really learning about muscles you forgot you had or didn't know you had. But each week they should get a little easier, and that's why I'm starting to kind of be a little more flexible, and I want you to be able to modify these workouts, make them harder, make them easier, whatever level you're at. You got to kind of figure out that on your own. That's the tough part about these online courses, and you got to push the limits a little bit without injuring yourself. That's the key. So hopefully everything's quality on that. Now we're shifting gears. Week 4, we're moving into the nutrition. As you all know, or some of you, we all know in life that you cannot out-train a bad diet. It does not matter how hard you work out, you have to have your nutrition on point. And that's what week 4 is all about. So in the modules this week, you're expected to do, the first one is the discussion, which is just a basic discussion, just a chat amongst yourselves. You guys can share anything about tips or strategies or wisdom about nutrition that you've learned or that you want to share, or maybe you have some questions. Just anything nutrition based about the discussion, so we can have a little social interaction. So that's part 1. That's a discussion. That one's due first. The second one is the nutrition assignment, and that's one I'm giving you guys at least 2 weeks. If you need 3, that's fine also. I want you to do a good job on this. Do not rush it. This is a plan you can not only use for this course, but you can use for the rest of the year, or at least the structure, the foundation. So you most people don't do this. Most people just go about, a lot of people follow the standard American Western diet, and they just eat whatever they feel like, or they wait till they're hungry and then they go to the nearest fast food place. They eat pure crap. They get out of shape. They get obese. They get depressed. They have crappy sleep, and everything just snowballs. We're not like that. We're fitness people, right? We talked about that. We are a different breed. Our identity is fitness. We care about our body and being optimal and being the best, living our best lives. And we do that through the fitness, the nutrition, the mindset of being that type of person who does the right things consistently. All right, so nutrition assignment. Basically, you go to week 4, the modules, and you'll see there I broke it down. I gave you guys a bunch of little resources. So meal plan design fundamentals are the notes. Read through those. I'll go through them really quickly after this. But those are some of the basics you should think about when you're designing your meal plan. And these are, I'll go through in a second. After that, there's the actual nutrition plan assignments there. And it's broken into 3 parts. The first part is just kind of a little background of your nutrition. I want to know what you've struggled with before, what you've done, what you've accomplished, some of your issues, some of your problems. It starts with some of your favorite foods, some of your least favorite foods, just so you know what those are. And also some of the restaurants that are closest to you. These are practical stuff that we're going to need to think about when we put together our meal plan. So that's part 1. And also I want you to state your goal. You should all have goals, short-term and long-term. Those are key. Part 1, an easy goal, right, is to lose a pound a week. That's for some people, or some people are trying to gain muscle. I want to gain 5 pounds in a specific amount of time. State it, write it down on a piece of paper, put a date on there. Those things are like a contract with yourself to the universe. Boom. And it becomes more real, right? I mean, and all the actions that you're going to take and the sacrifices you got to make are important. So write it on paper. That's part 1. Part 2 is you're actually going to design a week meal plan. Monday through Sunday, breakfast through late night. Every day I want to see what you're going to eat or what you're planning to eat. And once again, it doesn't have to be, you can put exchange days. Like I said, Monday I'll have a certain breakfast. I'll change it up for each day. So each day is interchangeable. They're alternates. So you'll have alternate meals. Like on Monday, I'll have eggs and oatmeal. And the next day I'll have some fruit with some cottage cheese and a protein shake. And the third day, and what I'm saying is, if I don't feel like eating that specific days, I can eat the next days. They're alternate. Each day can be shifted over, so you don't feel like you're, oh no, it's Wednesday, I have to drink a protein shake today. No, if you want to have eggs with some potatoes that day, you can have that. Like I said, but I want you to be specific, and I want you to think about it, and I want you to see specific meals, specific foods. Write as much as you can there. Put in a tiny font if you need to, or make it bigger. I don't care, but try to write as much detail as you can in there. And make sure it aligns with your goals. And that's part of the fundamentals. We'll go through that in a second. Hold on. Sorry, I'm here at work. I'm actually a bodyguard. So make sure that's important. So that's the part 2 of the meal plan. You're going to go through it and take your time with it. That's 2. The third part will be, you're going to have to use some kind of software, some kind of specific, MyFitnessPal, Lose It. There's so many new ones. These things are godsends. These basically took the job of nutritionists back in the day. I was a nutritionist. Back in the day, we had these big, huge binders, and we have to go through each food and see how much calories it has and how much protein. And we have to do like an Excel worksheet and calculate all that out. And basically, these new software programs are doing that work for us. So that'd be part 3. And I'll maybe link a little video that shows you how to use one of them. But they're very easy to use. A lot of them are free. But that is part 3 of the assignment. So background information, actual full-on meal plan, and put your workouts in there also. That's really important. And maybe put your busiest days, weekdays, slow days. Try and fit as much information as you can. And then the software. I want to make sure you're meeting the proper amount of calories. And in the modules, I also put a sample menu plan there, so you can see exactly what I'm expecting. There's one in there in the modules in week 4. Look for it. Also, I put a food exchange list, which means for each food group, for proteins, you have 20 different options. I see some people's menus and they're just eating chicken every day. And I'm telling them you have 19 other options. You don't have to like all of them, but there's so many other protein sources. There are amazing sources of lean quality protein. And the important thing about having variety, and that's why I put the exchange list in there, is so you don't cheat. You're more likely to cheat on your diets when you're eating a boring kind of regular menu. Oh no, I gotta eat chicken and broccoli again today. No, you're having, right? Or you could have salmon and sweet potato, or you know what I'm saying? There's so many other alternates of food groups, and that's what the exchange list is for. Proteins, there's 20 of them. Starches, vegetables, healthy fats. So that's on there. That's in the modules. Use that as you're creating your menu plan. And I also put a list of healthy snacks, 100 healthy snacks, which are really, really important for those of us who are busy or have crazy schedules or are always on the move. I'm always driving. I drive 3-4 hours a day sometimes. I don't have time for a full meal. I have to have a Quest protein bar or some beef jerky or a sandwich bag full of nuts handy right there in my bag, always in my car, always ready to go, and they never go bad, so I don't have to worry about them. So healthy snacks list. So there's 100 of there. And so anyways, go through all that. That's all in week 4 modules. That's what's expected. I'm going to break this video up. The second part, I'll go through the meal plan design fundamentals. Okay, so get after it. Like I said, you have plenty of time. Don't rush it. I want a good quality menu plan. You're basically doing the work of a nutritionist for yourself. And later on, you're going to compare it to the software. It's going to tell you how much calories you have, if it's matching the guided number that you should be eating. How much protein. Most of us think we're eating enough protein, but we're not. Even me. I'm not. I know I should be eating 220, 250 grams of protein a day. I do not. I try. It's very difficult. So most of us are deficient in certain nutrients and also vitamins and minerals. Some of us like to do special diets, vegans and vegetarians, which are fine. It's great, but sometimes they leave a lot of deficiencies, and you have to make up for that. And you have to take some supplements to compensate for that. So I don't want to get too into the differences between diets. Like I said, everybody's different. What works for you, if you for your specific situation, as long as you're not having deficiencies and performance issues, I'm all for it. So as long as everything is basically better than the standard American diet, right? That's why 80% of the population is obese or overweight, because they're not taking the actions, the efforts that you guys are doing, the little steps. They're not working out, and they're not watching what they eat and making sure they're eating high quality whole foods, proteins and starches and vegetables, healthy fats. So anyways, that's the meal nutrition assignments all week 4. Hit me up if you have any questions.